Hello everyone and good evening. I'm Adam Jovic and you're watching The Undefeated. 2 weeks ago, all anyone could talk about was fight night and the tickets sold out within seconds after their release. Today, we're here to break down the highlights of the show and go in depth to the life of a boxer to get a glimpse of some behind the scenes of their life and their highly anticipated performances. To do so, we'll be joined by a couple of special guests, Gabe and Tom, two of the fighters from the night, and Paddy Chapman, who's trained in the art of boxing his whole life. But first, before we get started with the event, let's take a look at the journey. A few of our team members went down to the Feel Fit gym to catch up with the fighters as they prepared for the big night. Let's have a look at the blood, sweat and tears that went into their performances. Not gonna lie, I'm tired just watching that. Before we begin with our many questions for the fighters, let's hear it from an outsider's perspective. Someone who's been a boxer from a very young age, as I understand. Paddy Chapman, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for being here, mate.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
cheers.
That's a pleasure. Am I right in saying that you've spent some time in the ring? If so, what got you into it?
Yeah, I've been, my whole family have been boxers. My dad, from an early age, was into boxing.
Right, yeah.
All of my siblings have boxed, and I've seen them boxing from my early ages and kind of wanted to follow in their footsteps. So I got into it when I was around 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, it's been quite a while.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely brought different aspects to my life. It showed me discipline,
Yeah.
helped with my fitness, and you know, I was able to defend myself as well. So yeah,
That's great,
it's a good sport to get into from a young age.
Absolutely, yeah. You said your family's got a history of it. Is that something that you picked up like from your family, or was it something you chose to do at a young age?
I'd say it was definitely. I saw my brother boxing. You know, saw my dad. You know, used to box as well, and
Right, yeah.
I saw them as role models in their boxing history. So I kind of wanted to follow the footsteps, and as I got into it, I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
I just enjoy the physicality of it as well. So yeah, it definitely helped in that aspect.
Keep the lineage going.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
great, man. Yeah. In terms of fight night, why do you think it's like such a huge success at Brooks, considering like no other sporting venue seems to get the amount of traction that this does?
I'd definitely say that it's a good opportunity for people to get dressed up, go out, be sophisticated, have a good night out, and watch some quality boxing. All of the boxers are given the same amount of time to prepare for the fight, and a lot of them have never fought in their life before, never boxed before.
White collar, I believe.
Exactly, yeah. So it gives them a fair game. You know, it's a fair fight because they're all in the same situation. And when people turn up to watch it, they know that it could definitely go either way, depending on how the boxers have trained. But it's a great event. This year it was really popular. Like you said, sold out very quick.
It's packed.
It's a good social event to go to with your friends and get dressed up.
No, definitely, yeah. What would you say in terms of boxing as a sport? What separates it from just fighting people? Like, what makes it? Do you think it's a martial art, or do you think it just remains as a sport?
I wouldn't call it a martial art as such. I'd say sports such as jiu-jitsu, judo, taekwondo, things like that. They're martial arts in my eyes. But
more
I mean,
traditional, I suppose.
Yeah, what separates boxing from a fight in the streets is mainly the respect you have for someone else, for the guy that's standing in front of you in that ring. You've got the same amount of respect as he has. You've both been in you're both in the same situation. You've been through the same things, and you've worked hard to get to be able to fight. So you respect each other.
Respecting the opponent,
and you're respecting the game. You know, it's a boxing match. It's a fair fight. So you know, either way, it's going to have an outcome. So you got to give it your all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it being regulated, I think it's just fair to give everyone the same chance.
Sure.
But in terms of like the weigh-ins, how do you think that affects like boxers' health, especially when it comes to like dehydration, stuff like that?
I'd say it can be a tricky subject. If you lead up to it wrong and you over dehydrate yourself and you don't prepare for your weigh-in,
it can't be good for the performance, right?
No, you can easily damage your body and create a bad fight because you haven't warmed up properly to the weeks coming. But as long as you know what you're doing and you've done it before, and maybe you have professionals take different steps and techniques.
It's usually the case.
You find what works for you, and that way you'll be able to fight fairly.
Definitely. Do you think, speaking of which, do you think there's any like tips or tricks you could tell people about weigh-ins? I hear some people use alcohol as a method to dehydrate themselves.
That's becoming more popular. So they use the wine method where they drink wine coming up to the weigh-in. Obviously, it's a dehydrating agent, so it will decrease your levels of water and therefore take off some pounds and weight.
Yeah, definitely.
Those sort of techniques can give you the edge where you lose a couple of pounds and you've checked in for the weigh-in, or you don't lose those pounds and then you can't fight. So
exactly. If they can't recover in time for the performance, I suppose.
Exactly. That's another big thing. If you know how well you can recover, then you can gauge how much you can take off your body and how much you can dehydrate yourself.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. In terms of the fighters, Nick Going was one of the fighters from the night, and before his match, he spoke with a few members of our team. And his aura he was so confident in himself that he'd win his fight, and he inevitably did. How do you think that having that sort of that persona about yourself, like the confidence that yes, you are going to win, makes a difference?
We've seen that quite a lot in recent sporting events. People like Conor McGregor, Tyson Fury, people
big
like
personalities.
They're very confident about themselves and about how they fight, and they're confident to win. They know what they're doing is right. And I think if you go into it with an attitude that says, I'm going to do it, I'm going to give my all and I'm going to win because I know how I've trained and I know that I can beat my opponent, then it's always going to be good.
Absolutely,
you can't lead yourself up just knowing that physically you're fit. You've got to be emotionally and mentally ready as well to fight. Because once you're in that peak performance zone, then you can see yourself being unstoppable, and that could help you out massively in a fight.
Like mental warfare.
Exactly, yeah.
That's excellent. Well, cheers for that, mate. We've got some really good questions answered there. Up next, we'll be moving over to our mini gym that we've set up, and Paddy and I will be giving a few tips every boxer should know. But first, let's take a look at another aspect of the event, the weigh-ins, followed by some exclusive interview footage that we got from Fight Night itself.
Perfect.
Am I excited for the biggest night of the year? Obviously, yeah. Every year. I was host last year as well. It's fantastic.
Tickets this year sold out like literally in 60 seconds.
Very excited.
Yeah, it's really, really exciting. It's obviously like one of the most long-awaited events of the year, so it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, a little bit nervous, but very excited at the same time.
So the fighters this year are stellar, the best they can be. We've got good judges, medics, all prepared. As an event, it just runs smoothly.
I think it's quite a special event. I think a lot of people that participate in it, especially the boxers, they never forget, because it's very, very rare that you ever get to a situation where you're, under that limelight and, almost like a professional athlete in a way. When you get lots of people watching you, it must be an amazing feeling. I obviously have never fought in my own fight night, but for me as an organiser, it's fantastic to see it, because that they're always going to remember it. So
it's always a difficult one, because the real hatred for people isn't really there, because you spent 8 weeks training with them. So it's quite difficult to build that hatred up, but when you're face to face and you start to think about the fight and how many people are watching, then you have to kind of learn to deal with that and get as angry as you can, but in a controlled manner.
So are you guys supporting anyone in particular? Who do you think is going to win, or are you unbiased?
Yeah, unbiased.
We have like some really
We have some really close friends, but everyone's put in a lot of work, and obviously the hard work will pay off tonight.
Just knackered now. He's a great guy. Honestly, I'll get him a beer after this. No fights afterwards. Just a great game, great match.
I don't think any fight will be easy. Everyone's been working really hard, actually. I think year on year, everyone takes the training steps up. People see people on the ring, they see people lose, they see what happens. It's really not a great environment to be in when you've lost. So I think everyone just gets better year on year. This year will be fantastic. It'll be tough. I'm sure there'll be a few draws in there. You don't want to see draws, but you want to see them go the distance. Maybe a couple of knockouts. You don't hope for knockouts, but there will be.
What are you doing after this?
I'm getting a beer. Definitely a beer. 2 beers, 3 beers, 5 beers, 10 beers. All the beers. I'm having all the beers.
Welcome back. We're set up here in our little homemade gym, and me and Paddy are just going to go for a few basics to the sport. So we'll do some on striking, a bit of slipping, and footwork as well. So I'll let you lead, mate. Obviously with more experience than I have, but yeah, start wherever you want.
So the first thing you want to learn when you're boxing is what angle and what side you are. So you're right-handed, so you're going to be orthodox. If you were left-handed, you'd be southpaw. So first of all, you want to get your feet just slightly shoulder width apart. Make sure you balance one foot in front of the other, and get a nice balance between them. Get yourself composed. Make sure you're transferring your body weight.
Base,
Exactly. Yeah. All the power shots come from your legs, so you need to make sure that you've got a good base. Next thing you want to do is make sure that your arms are in the right positions. You want to make sure your arms are up, tucked in, elbows tucked in, right hand near your chin.
Covering the jaw.
Covering the jaw. Right. Get your chin down. That's your weakest point. You want to make sure you're covering that from your opponent.
Yeah, absolutely.
So elbows tucked, right arm here. And some people like to have their left arm waving to judge some sort of distance.
Parrying, isn't it?
Yeah, for parrying, for any gauging. But I prefer to have mine in. Make sure I'm protected. I want to make sure that I'm protected before I can give something back. So
absolutely.
That's your stance done first. We'll start off with a jab.
Yeah, no problem.
Most important punch you've got. It gauges your distance between your opponent, and it can also be used to parry and stuff. So so we'll start off with. Make sure you balance it front again. Get your elbows tucked in nicely, nice and relaxed, composed. And we're just going to turn the arm as you push it through.
Right.
There you go. And then pull it straight back. Last thing you want to do is leave your arm out there and leave yourself exposed.
Let it drop. Come straight back.
Come straight back.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Just like that. Turn that arm. So we're going to go for one. That's it. Again. One more. There you go, that's good. You got that pretty down.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
now we'll go for the right hand. So that's the cross body shot. So that's all your power. Everything that you're doing from that on that right foot, on that right hand. Sorry, it's all coming from your right foot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything that's powered, it comes from the twist of that ankle. As you're pushing through, you turn your body and you extend your arm and twist your wrist, and then back out it comes. So you go straight out there, all the power's coming through, you transfer that body weight, and then you go through.
Definitely.
So you're going to try a few right hands, you go. That's it, make sure you keep your hands nice and close to your chin. Elbows tucked in, one more. Yeah, perfect. Another one we're going to look at is the uppercut.
Absolutely.
So one thing you need to make sure is that you're not having a big wayward motion with the uppercut.
Over-exaggerating.
Exactly, you could injure yourself and you could show the opponent what you're doing. So what you want to do is just a nice, simple movement coming from the hips. So you twist your hips, and the elbow comes pushing through, and you want to push up and out.
Right, yeah. This could easily come up a vertical guard, right?
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's good for countering a straight jab as well. So first thing you want to do is make sure that you're nice and relaxed, and then you're going to come through with that left. Ready?
Right, yeah.
There we go. Keep that nice and tight to your body, and just twist those hips. Perfect. See a lot of power coming through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once that momentum comes pushing through, you get even more out of that.
It's the chambering and the sort of elastic action and moving the body, isn't it? Right.
Sure. Now we'll try a bit of slipping.
Yeah.
So this is good for counteracting. So when someone throws you a jab, so I'm just going to go here. Yeah, you need to just slip that shoulder across, and put in a jab yourself if you can.
Yeah, definitely.
Usually once they come over here, if they don't get that jab back quick enough, then they're going to leave their ribs exposed.
Exactly.
And it's a good shot for you to put in. So I'll try that there. So we're going to push it. There we go. Yeah, nice. One more. Yeah, good work.
Lovely.
Now we'll try a little combo. So we're going to push through with some of the punches. So we're going to go left, right, and then come through with the uppercut.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll try that. Left, right, come through with the uppercut. There we go. So you go left, right, come through the uppercut. One more time. Ooh. Yeah, that's it.
If you feed a big looping punch as well, you can see the sort of curvature. So if you just feed that coming across like that.
Keep that tight to you still. You don't want to let yourself get exposed.
Yeah.
Should we try that again?
Yeah.
Boom. Try coming the other way.
Yeah. Go on.
Right, go. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's good work.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Nice. How does that feel? Good?
Yeah, absolutely. I think having a strong base is very important. Just because that's where all the weight distribution's coming from. Do you know what I mean?
You can see how, you know, if the fighters haven't been fighting or haven't fought ever or boxed before, it's a lot to learn, a lot to take in. But
yeah, definitely.
Once you get everything under control and you get the basics right, then you can push forward and really excel with the sport.
Do you want to quickly put the hooks in there as well?
Yeah, sure.
Just a quick drill for that. Yeah, go on.
So if you want to just...
Quite similar to the uppercut, I suppose.
Yeah, we could add a jab in there as well. So you're just going to jab, pull it back, and then hook.
Yeah.
Okay, we're ready.
So...
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Remember, you're bringing your gloves right back to where you started.
Right,
after your punches. Don't let
elastic.
Exactly.
Don't let that drop.
No, don't let yourself be exposed there. So we can go jab and then hook. Yeah, good work. Keep that nice and high. That elbow's got to come through with the punch.
Right. Yeah.
Don't. It's not an uppercut. It's just a nice fluid movement over the top there. We'll try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. One more time. There you go. That's good. You see how you can really push that power through. Once you get that momentum backwards, you start pushing through that back leg again.
Yeah, definitely.
Twisting that leg.
I suppose now we could do one last quick drill where we just stick it all together if you want. So
of course,
do a little bit of everything mentioned. Do all the striking.
Like I said before, once you've done the basics, you can include whatever sort of combos you want.
Right, yeah.
Everything needs to be, you know, as fluid as possible and under control. So we're going to try a left, right, uppercut, then hook.
Yeah, okay. No problem, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So we try left slowly first, left, right, up, then hook.
Cool,
try it again.
One more time, cover it up.
That's
cool,
it.
Lovely, yeah. Cheers for that, mate. That's some really good stuff there, thank you. And we'll be back in a few minutes. We're just going to discuss the night in just a moment, joined by our special guests. Before that, we're just going to quickly break down the events that come up next with a little glimpse of some behind the scenes, showing some setup footage from the night prior. So we're back. I'm joined here by Tom and Gabe. Thank you for joining us today, guys. You all right? Yeah. They're two of the fighters from the night. And first of all, congrats, guys. Well done. Both won your respective fights. It was a hell of a performance from the pair of you. Tom, we'll start with you first, mate. Right. And we've got a hell of a lot of firsts here. You're a first-year student, is that right?
Yeah, it's true.
It's your first fight.
Yeah.
And in your first round, you got the first knockout ever in fight night history. What was that like?
A bit mental, to be honest. Yeah, I just didn't really. Don't think anyone really expected a knockout from fight. You were saying gloves are too heavy and stuff.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I didn't expect to knock somebody at night, not to. Yeah, Yeah, it went well.
Yeah.
Night, so
no, I'm glad, man. I'm glad. Yeah. To say you're an underdog puts it pretty slight, but are you new to boxing, or have you had experience before in like combat sports?
I've done a bit of boxing for fitness before.
Oh, okay.
Nothing ever proper. Just a few sessions.
Yeah. Was that before starting at university?
Yeah, before starting university. Yeah. My dad had a fight probably about a year ago now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he just does like a white collar fight as well. So I thought, well, why not do that?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Seems cool. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's excellent, man. Could you, real quick, just talk me through like the weigh-in process for you and what it was like?
The weigh-in?
Yeah.
Like so I was probably actually more nervous for the weigh-in than the fight.
Really?
We've been training for ages to fight, and I know there's a lot of people, but then the weigh-in, like, get in front of a load of people who are shouting abuse at you. And you have to get into your boxes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
No, I'm just some lanky, fresh boy who stands up in his baggy boxes. So it's pretty weird,
Yeah.
But overall, it's okay. I mean.
Fair enough, mate. And in terms of like fight night in general, obviously because you're new to it, was it what you imagined, or was it completely different?
So I imagined to be a lot more nervous. I was nervous, but it's more like pumped up because everyone's backstage. You've got all your mates there. They're trying to like
so much hype.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you walk in and there's just like a lot of people and walking on, I can barely remember it. It's like you forget, you can just forget what was actually going on.
No, fair enough. And just to conclude, do you think you'll stick with boxing after this, or like as a sport or competitively?
I'm not sure yet. I mean, I'm pretty sure my parents would not want me to. No. But you never know. It might, if it comes in a few months' time, you don't know what I want to carry on.
Yeah, no.
Just giving a bit of break for the moment.
Yes.
It's quite intense.
Yeah, I was going to say, you deserve a break, mate.
You never know. So.
It's great stuff. Congratulations again, man.
Thank you.
I think you really set the bar there for new box. It's definitely.
Thank you.
And Gabe, mate, move on to you. You won the title of second heavyweight. Yeah. Have you had much experience before this with like?
No, same as Tom. So just the fitness side of it. Football.
Okay, yeah. Do you do different sports for boxing?
Football.
Yeah.
Keen footballer, yeah. I'm getting back into football now.
Oh, nice, yeah. Is that what you're doing, sort of coming out of your fight?
No, after the fight I haven't done anything. Yeah. Because I just wanted a break.
I don't think you deserve a break.
Yeah, exactly.
Mate, yeah. Time to simmer down.
But yeah, I know. I'm still taking a break.
Yeah.
Might keep on doing boxing. Not sure.
Yeah.
Might get back into football.
Oh, fair enough. Is it got here? Is it true that you fought someone of a higher weight class than you? What was that like?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know where you got that. Yeah, Dixon was 5 kilos heavier than me.
Oh wow, okay,
yeah.
Was there a reason they made that exception?
Well, it's just the numbers, right?
Yeah.
Someone's got to match.
Yeah. Do you think it should be more sort of like in terms of your preparation for that? Do you think it should be more strenuous with closer weight classes? Or do you think it should be more flexible in terms of who you can fight?
Well, they didn't tell us we were fighting until like 2 weeks before.
Oh really? Oh, okay.
So maybe I find out at the start. I could have put on weight. But yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, we only had 10 weeks. You don't have the level of technique to get your weight behind the shots anyway.
Definitely, yeah.
So, like, there's obviously a big difference, but like, it's not a huge difference.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. And I've seen you train, mate. I know to which degree you do. How did you balance that with like the rest of your uni life, like your degree?
Oh yeah, so yeah, social life got cut out for a bit.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
catching up on it now, and work. But I enjoyed it. I like training.
Well, that's all that matters. But you both did an amazing job, and you worked extremely hard. I think it paid off, obviously. So well done to the both of you. And unfortunately, we couldn't get all the fighters here tonight. But to summarise tonight, we had our own team head down to the event to capture all the best moments, the highlights, and the buzz from the audience there that night. Here's a look at what happened. Welcome back, and what an unbelievable turnout. Really just shows the huge level of support, not just from boxing fans, but all of Oxford in general. Great amount of boxing shown off there from our fighters, some of which we've seen not amazingly experienced with the sport, quite new, but it's not an entirely white collar bout. So guys, as you're now both participators and observers, how do you feel the competitors cope with the time frame for training for this event? Bearing in mind you start when you enroll at uni, so it's a very short time frame. It
is short. It's really, especially 6 weeks before you're going, it's 6 weeks away, that's fine, I've got ages. And then it just creeps up on you. Next thing you know, it's like the next day, and you're like panicking, am I ready to do it? Do I need to be fitter and stuff? But it is enough. The guy who trains Dennis, he knows what he's doing. And
you have time to go over everything.
Yeah,
you have time to.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So like Dennis will take you through the basics. So once everyone's got the footwork, then he'll come in punches more.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. He coaches you both, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he coaches everyone.
Yeah.
Kind of does it. Make sure everyone's kind of on the same. Level, doing
and he picks the fights as well.
Oh really? Yeah. Oh wow, okay, so it's not randomised then?
No.
Wow,
no,
okay, that's good. Do you think, obviously, because this has brought a huge attraction of fans to boxing, what do you think new people to the sport should be looking out for and not assuming as they come into the sport?
In what sense?
In sort of like people's expectation of what boxing is like, do you think
it's far more technical than you could ever imagine?
Yeah, I can see.
If you're just a casual watcher. After doing, I don't know about Tom, but when you watch it after like learning the technical side of it, you see it completely differently.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's also so much more tiring than people think. You say to people, we're only doing 3 rounds, 2 minutes.
I can imagine.
And they're going, it's 3 rounds, 2 minutes, it's fine.
The level of fitness.
It's really not okay.
Yeah. I can imagine it fatigues extremely quickly when you're actually fighting.
Yeah, for sure.
And in terms of like the results, obviously there was a draw scene midway through. Do you think that the technical decisions were up to scratch, or is there anything you disagree with, either from judges or the referee?
I think
any fights should have gone on longer.
In my fight, I think the ref stopped at a point where it didn't need to be stopped.
Really?
That's for me and for Ben. So there were points where like I'd be wobbling maybe a little bit, and Ben should be allowed to pounce on me. And he couldn't. And it's the same with Ben. He was walking. There was a point where it was a bit wobbly, and I should have been able to keep on going at it. But that's because the ref, they don't want knockouts.
They want.
We've been doing it for 10 weeks. They don't want people going to the hospital.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
As possible.
Their aim is to preserve the life.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, when I want it to be a proper fight.
Yeah.
And I know the opponent wanted the same, so it was a bit of a shame. But
something they have to do. I'm pretty sure they don't really want to do it either. They want to see the fight go how it should be.
Yeah.
But they kind of, they have to be.
Yeah,
they don't want someone.
A Roman Colosseum.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. In terms of, this can apply to like the entire night or specific people, but what like stood out in you guys' minds from the night in general? What do you remember the most?
The best thing about the night really for me was when I was warming up and then my entourage came in. That was just sick.
Yeah.
Walkout was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was nice. It was nice seeing the rugby fans after I beat them.
Definitely. Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah,
because they're giving a lot of stick.
Yeah. I think the walking out is like, especially with the smoke that came through.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit much. So
really, it scared me a bit.
Blowing up my shorts, I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, it's a bit cold, but it was, it didn't really.
Yeah.
Didn't expect it to be like that.
No, that's fair enough.
You walk in.
Well, I think we've covered fight night in a huge amount of detail there. So real quick before we wrap up, we'll just talk about mainstream championship boxing. Obviously, in a couple of days' time, we've got the mega fight, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
As you might know, they're both currently undefeated in their own right, and there's a lot on the line here for the potential winner and their victory.
Yeah.
So, how do you think this is going to go down?
I think I want Fury to win.
Yeah.
Because I want to see Fury face Joshua.
Yeah. But it's assumed, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a bit of a weird one because they're both such different fighters.
Right. Yeah.
And it could really go either way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But it should be. Good fight.
Fury's had a lot of time off, I believe.
Fury's going to win.
Yeah,
definitely.
You do?
Yeah, I reckon it'll go 12 rounds. Fury's, I've watched a lot of boxing. Fury's so much faster.
He is. His footwork's crazy for a guy his size.
Exactly. His footwork's so much better. I don't think Wilder get near him.
Yeah, definitely. He's just got to avoid, obviously, Wilder's got that insane record of 39 knockouts.
Yeah, but that's because he's from Alabama. Yeah. And he doesn't leave Alabama. All his fights have just been in there against rednecks.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
So,
Conspiracy theory there, I like that. Obviously, Wilder is a little bit bigger, might have slightly bigger reach, but I think Fury's been boxing for longer, as far as I know. A lot longer. So, yeah.
I think Wilder said something about him coming into boxing in his early 20s, 19 to 22 or something like that. And Fury keeps on going on about how he's been fighting since he was a kid.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, exactly. He's been fighting a lot.
He's bred to fight.
Yeah.
And it does matter, but at the same time, you see someone like Wilder, and he's just mental. He's it's like you wouldn't want to fight him.
No, absolutely.
It doesn't matter if he's coming to boxing at 22.
No, definitely. And obviously, there's been a lot of rumours for it. But do you think the winner will go on to fight Joshua?
I don't think he has a choice. He has to.
Yeah.
No, I think that Joshua will have to as well. There's no way he can back out of it then.
Yeah. That's quality. Well, thank you very much, guys. I think we answered a lot of good stuff there. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for. I'd just like to say one last congratulations to the winners of the night. Thanks, guys, for being here. Well done. And can't wait to see what we've got in store for next year. I'd also like to thank Paddy Chapman for his expertly tutored boxing session. I hope that all of you found some value here tonight, not just for fight night, but boxing as a sport in general. And if you want to learn more about future events, you can go to the Ox Events website or Facebook page. That's theoxevents.com. Just go to the lineup tab. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here tonight, tune in this Monday, December 3rd for Brooks Looks, a live fashion show by Digital Media Production. I've been your host, Adam Jovic. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good night, everybody.